Regan Booty is one of those players that if you give him game time, no matter how bad he looks, he will do things for you, and this is another example of that. It's ridiculous.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keep going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons with me, a man happy to be rid of some dead weight. As always, of course, if you're enjoying the videos, drop a like, helps out, algorithm, all that jazz. So, you'll be seeing on the screen that Benza Gundelta has left the club. He's finally gone. We've finally got rid of this stain on our team. Makes me happy. Now, it was actually a relatively straightforward one. Sir Roxar came in, triggered his release clause, bam, £55,000. Off he goes. So some nice little extra cash for us for a player that we literally weren't using. I mean, you could make the argument that maybe he's a better goalkeeper than Christopher Monti, but let's face it, Monti is the personality we needed. Gundelta is not, and he's their problem now. Now, it's the 28th of January. It's been a month and a half. Believe me, with the speed of this database, it's been an hour and a half to get to this point, and I haven't even played a game. So that's good. But on the plus side, I was making sure in the friendlies that we scheduled that I was making sure that for the last 4, our first team was starting each one of them just to try to build that match fitness up as much as we physically could. We did get an injury to Nandori. He broke his foot. He's going to be out for 4 months. So that's basically the rest of the season. It sucks. That was in the very first friendly back, hilariously, where I did rotate a little bit, but that's just how it goes. It's sad times, but hopefully Bosic will be able to, continue with that role and hopefully doesn't get an injury. Otherwise, we may have an issue. Sadly, as well, Mikhailov picked up a slight knock in one of the most recent friendlies, and he is going to miss the start of the second part of the season too. But luckily, we do have Deutsch, so it's not, again, the end of the world. It shouldn't really affect us too badly. It's bad news, however. Tom Alan Tolic has had his release clause triggered. He has a relegation release clause, which has now been triggered by Vasas in the same league as us, but worse. So it could conceivably happen that a player has his relegation release clause triggered to join a club that might not get promoted from a club that are in a good position to get promoted. So, classic FM logic about to come along, because you can bet your ass he will end up signing for them, and there's naught we can do about it at the moment, and we'd only get like 90 grand for him too. So that could be a problem, and I might have to dip into the transfer market to pick up another ball-winning midfielder if he should leave. But that's not happened yet, and he is still here and will be able to play today. And the last piece of news is I signed George Nunn. Basically, this was a weird one. We got an opportunity to bring him in on trial, and I looked at him once we had him fully scouted, and I was like, you know what? For a pressing forward, he's actually not that bad. Has really, really nice physical attributes. 6'2", which isn't really actually the key thing that matters here. He's got great pace and acceleration to go with it. Good work rate of 13. Finishing of 10 isn't spectacular, but he's okay. I think he'll genuinely be the one that could give Greg Shaw a run for his money in the second half of the season, because as you can see over the friendlies that he's played for us, he's actually been really, really good getting assists and goals, and being in good positions to get chances too. So I do wonder if George Nunn could end up taking over our striker role by the end of the season. It's just not a player that I would have expected to see at our team. Came through at Crewe, then Chelsea, and has joined us from Ipswich, essentially. So a weird transfer, but welcome, George. So let's get banging, boys. So first game today. This is annoying. So since the last time I played a game, since the last friendly where I scheduled this, obviously, Bosic is suspended because of the cup, which does give us some slight issues here, and I'm actually tempted to start George Nunn on the left-hand side today, see what he can do there. Mikhailov won't play, of course, so Deutsch will come in. But you can see, even with me playing the first team squad in friendlies over and over again, their match finish just does not seem to get anywhere. So we're going to have to wait. I suspect we're going to end with a slow start. And bearing in mind, this isn't a case of me rotating the squad. I've been playing the same team for the last 4 or 5 friendlies in a row. But unfortunately, of course, unless you play the friendlies, your assistant is just going to substitute people all the time. And I just don't have time to play through all the friendlies, sadly, which is going to cost us a little bit. I understand that. But I think we're going to be okay for the most part. So that's going to be our lineup for today. Obviously, the bench will need a complete change, complete clear out, to be honest. I'll just pick the bench a little bit differently. And who do we want? Muchavcic will probably come in there too. Regan Booty. Do I start him today just to rest out Juricic? I might even be tempted to start Regan Booty in the midfield today, because we do have another game against the same opponents in 2 days in the league. So this is the cup. We do need to get through. That's why I'm doing this as the live com, because it's very important for our expectations to get to the next round. So we have to win this, really. I, of course, realise the irony of me making the point about Bosic having to basically carry the line because we've got no one to replace him, and then immediately having to take him out of the team because of a suspension. But it could be worse. It could be in the league. Although, I don't know. Hopefully the board won't be too pissed if we were to go out the cup here, or at least would understand we're playing against a team in the same league as us. But they do expect 4th round. So I honestly don't know. I think they'll have similar match fitness issues to us, hopefully, and it might just take us, again, a couple of matches to just sort ourselves out. But that being said, I think we're strong enough over the rest of the season, but I do think that if Tolic leaves, we may well have to go into the transfer market and try to find ourselves another ball-winning midfielder. And if we have to spend money, we may have to. Grabant with the ball in. Oh, edge of the box, rather. Goes short for Kitty. Wow, that very nearly just sailed straight in. That's it, foursome long, well played. Grekshow's got it, and Nunn's around the side. Can he pull it back? Will he go for the goal himself? Well, he does on his left foot there, and not the best effort, but he got into the position, which is nice. Very rare indeed that you see us struggling for possession in a game. We've limited them defensively, but haven't really offered much ourselves, and I do wonder if second half, other tactical approach, just to get in at them a bit more, press them a bit higher up the pitch and see. Nunn sort of struggled, as I kind of expected he would do, but we'll see. Uh-oh, Grabant's taken the free kick here. We're going to need to be on our best behaviour, although we have got... we are about out... What on earth? There's a complete mismatch at the back post as far as height. Grabant, good block, and saved by Monty. That second one, he was very, very much unsighted on that one and has to pull out a big stop to keep us in this match. But I suppose I'd rather use a game like this to get match fitness back than have to worry about dropping points in the league because of it. So I guess it's a good little exercise for us to make sure we get the first team out there and creating stuff today. Bootie's pushing forward. I don't know why... I have no idea why Grekshow didn't take that ball and instead left that to Regan Booty, because that has literally just cost us a goal, potentially. Both of them, really. The indecision here, like when this ball is headed comfortably away here, it's rolling right towards Grekshow, and instead he just chooses to run away from it when Booty's got no chance of getting that. It's a great finish from Pantovic, but, oh dear. I've actually brought on Bagayoko onto the left-hand side instead of Nunn for the remaining few minutes of this match, just to see if it will help us find anything as Albert Stahl's shot is well saved by the goalkeeper here. Oh dear, nice work. Good tackle from Cassart, but not quite. In fact, it might not coming through. Pantovic is there. Good tackle again this time by Geladaris, but well, I mean, we're going to lose 1-0 because of that. We've not had any real attacking threat today. That's been our main problem. Offered nothing. We haven't really defended all that badly for the most part, and they just took their one chance when they got it. A very, very poor game from both teams. Very, very even, and we lose again. Oh, annoying to go out the cup. Hopefully the board don't care, but hopefully it just allows us to get a bit of match fitness back, and we can really just hit the ground running in the league, because we don't want to go on a bit of a slide right now. Hopefully we don't lose Tom Allen Tolic. If we do, then I'm going to have to sign someone. Right, back in a sec. Right then, we're back. And Tolic decided that he wanted to join Vasas. So he has left. He just buggered off. He's gone, you know what? I don't like the fact that we've been relegated, so I'm going to join a team that are further down the league from you and have much less of a chance of being promoted, because that's a sensible career decision. The wages he's on are basically the same as well, so good luck, buddy. You melt. Anyway, we had our rematch against Bekeshaba, and just a tiny bit of match fitness seemed to make a difference. Grekshow's lovely little header here, and Kovacevic getting on the end of it after just 5 minutes, and we did seem to look a lot more like it. However, on half an hour, it was all wiped away as a terrible own goal from Deutsch made it 1-1 here, and I was just head in hands at that point. However, 91st minute, flick on header from Grekshow, defender misses it, and there was Kovacevic again to poke it home off the post for a 2-1 victory. Massive, massive goal. And I think we deserved the win on the night. It was a much better performance. Geladaris was sent off as well right before that, so I thought, hey, we'll take the point. But no, Kovacevic, with his first 2 goals for a little while, was able to really dig out a good result. And it was like, where was this in the last game? As we were then blessed with an away game against struggling Budafok. Like, the good thing about this period is our home games have been against sort of good sides, and the away games have been against the weaker sides, meaning we've had a really good run. Kovacevic gave us the lead inside just 3 minutes, and by 15 minutes, we were essentially out of sight here. Bosic with the ball through here, drop back to the edge of the box, Booty round the side to Stahl, Booty having a lovely little period of matches, and Stahl smacks one home for 2-0. And then it took us a kind of long time after that. Booty's free kick in the 86th minute wrapped the match up, as Bosic was able to pounce on the rebound to make it 3-0, and then the floodgates just opened. I don't know what even happened at this point. Ball round the side for Kovacevic getting in here, pulls a lovely ball across, and who could be on the end of it, but yet again, Radovoy Bosic for 4-0 and his 18th goal of the year. But somehow we still had more. Less than a minute later, Osvarth pops the ball over the top, George Nunn off the bench, growing through, smashing it in for 5-0. No idea what happened late on here, but the floodgates opened and 3 goals in the final 7 minutes of the match completely terrified Budafok. I put it on pass into space because of his speed, and it made a huge difference. Next up, it was at home to a decent side in Ica, but again, the form we were on so far, not bad stuff. Deutsch puts the ball through it, comes back to Regan Booty to smash home his first goal for Szeged, and that was all she wrote. I think we could have had more on the night. We were very, very strong defensively in this game. Just getting Jeladaris, Otto, Deutsch this time as well, and Osvald, just getting that sort of pairings back together again really did seem to make a difference. The match fitness still wasn't there, but it was getting better, and Booty, it's a time to shine for him. As I did actually sign someone, as Stahl gave us a penalty lead against Dorog to play in that role, but I just switched Jurisic to the left-hand side, put Booty in alongside him, and Booty's just doing Booty things. Again, incredible stuff. Jurisic with the ball in this time. Who would be on the end of it? But Regan Booty. Back-to-back goals. It's nuts. And again, a really solid away performance. Didn't give them anything and created enough chances ourselves to get the result in the end. But Booty now has 2 goals and 2 assists in like 4 starts. Regan Booty is one of those players that if you give him game time, no matter how bad he looks, he will do things for you. And this is another example of that. It's ridiculous. And that little winning run now pushes us 6 points clear of Debrecen, and more importantly now 8 points clear of today's opponent, Girmot. We could go 11 clear of them if we win this match. And the great thing about this period is it looked like quite a tough set of fixtures, but the away games were against weaker sides, so it gave us a better chance to win, and the home games were against the better sides, meaning that we had that sort of home advantage. And we've already beaten Ica. We scraped through some of the home games, but that win against Budapest, we really did look superb. And Booty with 2 goals and 2 assists over that period, he's just taken the ball by the horns and gone with it. So today, we play against Girmot. Next game as well, by the way, is at home to Debrecen. So we've got 2 huge games. Start of next video is going to be massive and could decide a lot about what happens with this season. We lose both of them and suddenly we're right back in the clutches of these guys. But if we win both of them, then potentially we could be starting to gap everybody else and looking very, very good for a league title. Now, obviously, over this whole period, it's a nightmare. This is the last fixture where it's Saturday, Wednesday. After this, it's just Saturdays all along. So we just have to kind of get through one more game like this. Now, Shabados is going to have to come in at right back today because of Osvat's suspension. That's fine. We can deal with that. But you can see there's some genuine issues throughout the team. But we just have so few players to rotate around at the moment. Not so few, but so few I want to bring in that I feel like we can get through one more game with them how they are, and that'll be fine. Obviously, like Bosic, we're going to have to give him a little bit of a rest, or at least bring him off the bench if we can do, but you can see what I mean about his just knackeredness right now. 18 goals, though. Crazy. So none will have to start on the left-hand side again. We saw how that went last time. Not expecting too much there. But you can really see how still players are struggling to find that match fitness at the moment, but that's just how it goes. Jurisic, of course, he has really good tackling. If you look, he's got like 15 tackling. It's really, really good. So I've just moved him there, put Booty in, and bam, Booty's hit the ground running nicely. The one player I did bring in, though, was Darius Grosho because of his good tackling, just to give us another option. He's on loan from Vittorio Constantinu, or Constanta. So just to have extra bodies in there, give us a bit of depth. But I don't actually really want to start him now because of how he's played. So I honestly think that's what we're going to go with today. Mikhailov still hasn't even reached full match fitness yet, but I think Deutsch should be okay, right? I mean, he's no better. That's the thing. He's not in any better condition. Actually, to be fair, maybe Mikhailov is the... we can't, though. No, we kind of might have to just go with this for now because of the foreign player restrictions currently. Who would be the one that's falling foul of that? Actually, no, we will do that, but Bosic will just not be on the bench today. I don't think... If we're going to put him on the bench, there's really no point in having Bosic on the bench. If he's not going to play, then we'll use the slot and get Mikhailov back in. I feel like our biggest weak point is going to be having George Nunn in that left-hand side spot. He did not do well in the last game, albeit that was his first game for the club, so, maybe there's that. But he's definitely better as a substitute through the middle. And when Bosic plays there, he is ridiculous. 18 goals this season. I could see him getting to like 25 for us. He's contributed nearly 30 goals this season in both goals and assists, which is tremendous. Kovacevic is starting to add a few more goals to his game. I think he's got 9 or 8 now for the season, which is great. I mean, honestly, if Booty carries on like this, he could easily chip in 6 or 7 goals in the rest of the season and just suddenly make up that gap. I think the key in games like this is actually just to not lose. Avoiding defeat is in some ways better than winning because it just gives us a bit of a safety net in many ways because we don't lose ground. Really nice work from Kovacevic. Greksho's not really made a great run for him, but now he can take his defender on. The defender's turned around. Greksho has to finish this. Please! Yes! Finally, Christoph Greksho does the thing. Only his 8th goal of the season, and I believe only his 6th goal in the league for us, but, I still think he'll end up getting to double figures in the end. He's not had the best of years, but this is all about Kovacevic. He does a brilliant job here. The pass is actually not bad, and the defender just gets turned in a tizzy. It's rare that Greksho gets these kind of one-on-one chances, but he's taken it and we lead against Girmot. This is huge. And Booty's picked up an early knock, annoyingly. We miss Bosic at that back post, though. That's where he makes his money. Booty back for... Shabados is through. And George Nunn's header is well on target, but maybe Bosic would have scored it. Simply won't end. Mikhailov, just nice to see him back in the team as well after, not a long layoff, but it feels like a long layoff considering he's missed the last 5 matches for us. But hey, he's a good player after all. Deutsch is a good player too, though. Booty Can he have one last impact before going off, potentially? Stahl around the side for Greksho. It's a very strange pass, but we're not done yet. Maybe there's a chance here. Edge of the box for Sabados. Oh my god. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Kovacevic is standing in front of the goal there when the ball bounces to him, and I think he's onside from what I can tell, and I'm almost certain that instead of shooting, he has passed the ball backwards. I don't understand how, unless it was offside. It must have been offside or something, because that is nuts behaviour. Second half, I'm actually going to go with Bagayoko instead of Groshu, just because he's better for the Metsala type of role, and I obviously signed Groshu to play there, and Jurisic does seem to be very, very capable there. That's fine. 1-0 up, good stuff. I mean, we are very much grinding towards the end of this match, just trying to see out a 1-0 here. But it would be 5 straight league wins if we were to get it, which would be extremely impressive. Please, there's 2 of you. Oh, God, if we concede off of this because neither of them could put a tackle in, well done, Grossu. That's good work, lad. Just getting wins like this and the one at home to Ica are massive for us. Bagayoko can't do much with that, but again, the ball's going to come straight back at them. And Greksho again with a great little knockdown. He wins a surprising amount of headers. Shabados, ball in, and Nunn's going to get this again. Oh, it's off the crossbar this time. Nunn's done okay today. Not great, but still better than last time. Better news in that Pekshi have equalised against Haladas, and it could potentially leave us with the 11-point gap after all. Greksho again. He's got the overlap strong. Oh, ball around the side. Kovacevic. He's got to shoot. Oh, it's a poor effort. We've sort of woken up towards the end here, almost looking more likely ourselves. Groshu's ball through for George Nunn. Lovely first touch, and it's a good effort on goal. Good work from George Nunn. 2 minutes to go. See this over the... Yes, that is a big, big win. These wins, these 1-0s against Ica and Guillemot here are huge. Just being solid at the back, taking our chances when we needed to, going forward, and there we go. Szeged 1, Guillemot 0, 5 straight in the league. And again, I think we deserve the win. We've been so miserly at the back lately. This is excellent news. And even with a slightly rotating cast of defenders now. And well, I honestly don't think we could have hit the ground running any more after Christmas here. 11 points now is the gap back to Haladas. That is a huge win. We have Debrecen in the next game, but that's more about title race than anything else. I mean, if we come through that without losing, I think we're in head and shoulders now. 11 points clear with 12 matches to go. We are massively in the driving seat and very, very exciting about what we could do in the rest of this season if we keep on playing with this kind of quality and looking so good at the back. Exciting times now. Youth intake soon as well, hopefully. Booty's only got a minor injury. That's fine. Greksho scored a goal, which is just amazing. But we have come flying back after Christmas, and technically it's actually 6 straight... Whoa, hang on a minute. That's 6 straight league victories without conceding a goal. Oh my god, I didn't realise that. That is how we solidify ourselves. Those little 1-0s in there are huge because of the defensive stability. 6 games in the league without conceding a goal is absolutely ridiculous from us. And... I mean, obviously, I don't think we'll complete that in the next game because these guys are massive goal scorers, but still, what a way to bet ourselves in and dig deep and find the results when we needed them. And the defence is basically what's built that. We haven't had to score as many goals because we built from the back again. Amazing stuff. And I actually think our run-in is pretty good, really. You know, you've got the Jazzy Boys, Shekvari. There's definitely a decent amount of... Wow, Seafok have fallen off, haven't they? Christ. There's a... Look at our... Well, actually, the end is quite difficult, but then... I don't know. I think we're in a good space to go and win this title, or at the very least get promoted. This is exciting times. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe too. That'd be gorgeous. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. As always, of course, stream a showdown this weekend as well, so extra stuff too, which will be cool. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more of this madness. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.